Great. I'm so super excited to have you here because you're not only are you involved in sports, but you're also a big believer of personal brand, and we're going to talk a lot about that. So why don't you let the audience know, update the crew here, what you do and how you got to the position that you're in now, because it's such an amazing story.
Yeah, it's interesting when you decide to be a college basketball coach. There's really no direct road that you're going to be able to take, and so you got to really have a lot of faith and confidence in yourself. You got to have a great support system around you, and you got to really be diligent trying to follow your dream. And I played at Mount St. Mary's. I played for a legendary head coach in Jim Phelan, who's just one of the best who's ever done it. And so I had a great foundation with him. My high school coach in the Virginia State High School Basketball Hall of Fame. So just had a great foundation of really good leaders and coaches growing up and people to follow. And then soon from there, I went on to work at a place called Emory and Henry, which is in southwestern Virginia.
How big is that school?
It's about 800 students.
Right. Okay.
It's just outside of Bristol, Virginia.
Right.
I had a chance to work for a legendary head coach there, Bob Johnson, who the ODAC Coach of the Year award is actually named after. So I had a chance to work for another legendary head coach who's had a ton of men's basketball Division I head coaches as well. And I think when I entered that opportunity,
Right.
It was interesting. I had a chance to go work as a director of basketball operations and make $26,000 a year, and I chose.
Don't
to,
spend it all in one
I
place.
Did, when you're starting out in basketball, you're getting in there. But I chose $12,000 to work for Emory and Henry.
Right.
Because I believed in Coach Johnson, and I believed in what he'd been able to do with people along his coaching tree, and that was fun.
And I'm glad that you said that you chose, because a follow-up question that I was thinking of is, in other career fields, marketing, other professional services, we can often choose, well, I would like to work for that organization. I would like to work in this particular industry. Do you have that ability in coaching, or is it really just where opportunities open up and you're the right man or woman for the job at the time? Can you pick and choose?
That's a great question. I think, when you get to a certain point in your career, you have the opportunity to choose where you work and maybe who you work for. Mm-hmm. But I think early on, it's about taking the best of what you have in front of you. And whether it's working basketball camp or going to hear speakers or going to sit and watch practice, I think you've got to kind of create your own opportunities early in the process. And then from there, you get a chance to make some decisions on what's best for you and what you think is best. I really always tell people when they ask me about getting in, I said, really just drop all your barriers. Right. And, everyone comes in with a preconceived notion of where they need to be at and when they need to be there.
Right.
The universe doesn't know anything about where you're supposed to be in.
Right.
And so,
Right.
lock in, put yourself in a position where your work can show out and where you can learn the most you can.
Right.
And when the opportunity is there for you, be ready to attack it.
Right. And isn't there, forgive me, people don't tweet ugly things at me. Isn't there a song right now that's something about be humble, sit down?
Yeah, I think it's be humble, be kind.
No. That's somebody else. I'm thinking of a rap song. Isn't it Kendrick Lamar or somebody that has a? Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay. So basically, a good takeaway from his song, and I give myself a golden star for the day for actually putting those two together, is you remain humble and you remain focused to the larger prize that you wanted to get to.
Yeah. Well, I think that's important. Making that decision to take $12,000 a year, and that's a big part of me.
Right? Were you living in a van down by the
river?
river?
No, I wasn't living in a van. I had an apartment right across from campus that was paid for by the university, and I was really fortunate to have that, and so I was able to just kind of maneuver that way. But I think I've always tried to continue to have that as a big part of me. It's just if you're a person who's self-made, you can never be broken because you can rebuild yourself. And so, I really feel like working from the ground up, being able to have a great mindset of appreciation for everything people are being able to do for you, you can really achieve some special things.
Right.